Hi, I want to tell you about a brand new version of NASA's EYES. Now, you might know EYES as a video game that you download and install from this website, where you click the blue button for your PC or Mac, and you get eyes on the solar system, eyes on exoplanets, and eyes on the Earth, which is great. However, it did not work on mobile phones, but now we are moving to fully web-based. So anything with a web browser can load it. So that means your tablet, your iPad, your phone of any kind, and if you use Linux, you can use EYES. Now, we always had Deep Space Network Now, DSN Now, and this has always been a website. But now we have the entire solar system as a website. So here, for example, is our web-based solar system. This you can bring up on your phone. This is the URL. It's eyes.nasa.gov/apps/Orrery, O-R-R-E-R-Y. That's kind of an old-timey word for a model of a solar system. But here we have everything. This is a live look at the solar system. So if we were to go to Mars, double-click on the label, and you go. So this is what's happening at Mars right now, this very second. This is the correct position of everything. This is where it is in space. This is Mars' correct orbital location, etc. So this is called our solar system interactive. And this is embeddable. And anything you pick can be linked to directly. So let me show you an example of this. Here is a sister site, Solar System Exploration. And this is what you get if you go there right now at solarsystem.nasa.gov. Now in here, here's a news story, Your Galactic Neighborhood. And we click around, we can see other news stories. So here's a story about Jupiter. Let's click on it. And now here's an example of an embed of EYES. So EYES is right here in 3D. You can look at that shadow of Io. There's a shadow cast on Jupiter from Io. That's really cool. So if you turn this around and look, the sun should be right back directly there. Yep, so see the sun back there? We are seeing a little eclipse live. That's because right now, November 16th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific time, Io is passing in front of Jupiter and casting its shadow on it. Pretty cool. Of course, you may know Europa. Here's Europa, where it is right now. But the point being, this is inside a news story feature about Jupiter. And this is one of the main places on all of the web to learn about the planets. And here it is, just plugged right in. And you can do that with a lot of things. In fact, our entire solar system is right here. It's listed right here with this little icon. So if you click it, you get the whole live solar system. So that's pretty cool. Let's exit out of there. Let me give you another example, actually. Let's go to JPL. Let's go to jpl.nasa.gov, and let's look at a news story that came out recently about Voyager. So there's a story on November 2nd about fixing the Deep Space Network dish to contact Voyager 2 again. So it's a very interesting story. You should read it, but I want to show you the embed. So right here in the middle of the story, they're talking about how we repaired that antenna to contact Voyager 2. And here is Voyager 2 embedded right in the story. So you as a reader are moving along, reading about it, and then you get a visual, and an interactive 3D visual. So you can actually spin around the spacecraft, have a look, see it in real time. This is exactly where it is, very far away, and then you can continue reading about the story. Pretty cool. We also, if we go to mars.nasa.gov, the very front page, here's another embed. Let's follow the journey of Perseverance on its way to Mars. It's in transit right now. It's going to land in February of 2021. So here's the actual story and the way to follow it. So you can track the spacecraft's flight right here. You can just keep this up and running. That is inside, the rover is inside here, and that's where it is right now, this very second. In fact, you can even read how far away it is in kilometers or miles. So that has a line of sight distance from Earth and from Mars. So it's, wow, 39 million miles away from Earth and 13 million miles to Mars. So that is a good example of an embed. So how do you actually embed? Let me show you. So you have to be at the site I showed you earlier, the Orrery. So the home page is like this, and it comes with a time at the end of the URL. So let's say you want to go to Saturn, and you want a link that will take the user to the current second of Saturn. So you just get rid of this time, and there's your link. So you just copy this link and put it in your website. You set the height and width and the placement on your HTML, and you are good to go. So it enhances your news story, or if you just like Saturn, you want to see it live, there you go. Now let me show you something else cool you can do that's kind of a secret. You may have heard of OSIRIS-REx and Bennu. So OSIRIS-REx landed on Bennu last month, and it took a sample of it. But OSIRIS-REx has left Bennu, but let's say you want to see it again. You can actually type in the time that you want to go to in the URL to see it. And a secret is to click on the time 6 times. So you click your mouse 6 times, and you get a slider bar, and you can rewind. So now you're in control, fast forward and rewind, and then OSIRIS-REx will come back, and it will do its sampling again. So there it is. So this is still after the sampling. Let's go to about 2:30 when it happened. So this is all accurate trajectory, straight from the engineers of the mission. So let's go look at OSIRIS-REx. So if you want to educate, you want to show someone what happened, you want to talk to your family, you want to talk to your friends, you just go to the right time. There's OSIRIS-REx. Let me turn off the floodlight so you can see it. It's going down into this patch here, and it's going to sample. So let's go ahead and fast forward to that. So it's going to make a dive down to it. This was a very successful thing. And it's going to go sample a little piece of it. So if you really want it to be the moment where it samples, you can do that. So let's go to the moment it samples and freeze it there. Okay, so right there it's sampling. This is the time you want. You just copy that and put it in your website. And that link will always take the user right here. So that's a cool little function. So basically you are free to go anywhere in the solar system, anywhere in the universe. So pick where you want. Let's go to the inner solar system. You can see good old Earth, Mars, Venus, Mercury. And if you want to see things in detail, you can hit HD down here, and it'll load up a more detailed image map. So everything we use is accurate. It's straight from the spacecraft itself. It's kind of cool. So let's go to Jupiter, and let's look at the cool North Pole. That there's that eclipse again. And you can see the Juno mission, which discovered this imagery here. So let me light it up so you can see it. The beautiful Van Gogh-esque Starry Night patterns on the North Pole and the South Pole of Jupiter. I mean, that's just beautiful. We didn't even know about that until 2016. So the Juno mission found that. So if you want to just show where Juno is all the time, just use this link. So there's Juno live. And again, this works on your phone, your tablet, your Linux web browser, anything with a browser, and you are good to go. Okay, thanks very much. I hope you enjoy using this program.